Welcome back. So this video, why I think people over 40 must start using AI now. AI is for everyone, no matter your age or background. If you're over 40, AI shouldn't be seen as a threat. It might be your superpower. I'm going to show you in this video why AI can be a game changer for your life. It can help you in the business environment, it can help you at home, and hopefully it can help you have a more productive, less stressful life. And by the end of this video, you're going to wonder why you didn't start sooner. If you're over 40, chances are you've seen technology improve at incredible rates. From the start of the internet and computers in your workplace, maybe if you're over 50, that you've seen that. But certainly, if you're over 40, you've seen the introduction of dial-up internet and going right the way through to the sort of 5G technologies that we have today and the broadband that we can have piped into our home. You've seen mobile phones go from big chunks of plastic that you carry around to the smartphones that we all know and love and use every single part of the day. Well, AI, in my view, is the next big thing. AI is going to impact everything we do, from our lives, from our relationships, how we work with people, how we work every day. So AI is going to impact everything. It will impact our healthcare. It will impact the way we work, the way we interact with each other, the way we make decisions, the way we gather and we synthesize information. If you don't get on that track now, you might be left behind. Let's dive in and have a look. So one of the excuses I hear about AI is that I don't have time to learn AI. People have asked me, how on earth have you found time to learn this? Well, here's the thing. AI can make you more productive and give you back more than you put in. Let's have a look at some examples of that. Okay, let's jump in straight into ChatGPT. Here we go. I've got a prompt. Please write an email to my boss explaining that I won't be able to make the meeting next week. I have a medical appointment, but I ensure that you have all the figures he needs before then. Really simple. Let's see what we get. ChatGPT, simple. Just drafts a simple email. Now, of course, you're saying, well, I could have just written that into my email. And of course, if you have something like Copilot or whatever, you can definitely use AI in your email workflow. But also what you could do is say, let's look at all of my emails and draft a response to all of my emails and then have them ready for me to send, to review and send. Perfectly possible. You can do it with various workflows. Getting into AI will open that sort of thing up for you. I'm not going to go into the details of how to do that now. There are videos on my site on how to do those sorts of automations. But just getting started, you can see how ChatGPT can help you with that very basic drafting and then effectively sending those emails. Okay, another tool. This tool I use, so this is Perplexity. Again, there's a video in my stream on how to use Perplexity, but a great way of finding those documents. So this is like a search engine, but instead of giving you a list of websites for you to search through, it actually goes and does that next thing and clicks on and finds the document. So find me the latest UK government report on tackling homelessness. See what we get. It's searching. Latest UK government report on tackling homelessness is the Public Accounts Committee report published on the 24th of January. So it'll find recent things. It even gives you the key findings, the committee recommendations, and the response from the government. How cool is that? How long would that have taken you with identifying which committee, finding it on the parliamentary website, downloading it, reading it, and summarising it? One click, done. Okay, so we've found the report, we've downloaded it. So one of the key things that AI can do, and it's really good at, is not only looking at the information you've given it, but then comparing it to other information and finding the synergies and coming up with some potential solutions by looking at multiple different areas. So what I've done is I've downloaded the document and dragged it into ChatGPT and said, tell me what this means for Coventry Council. and how they could respond to its findings. So Coventry Council won't be mentioned at all in that. Coventry Council will have some things that it does around homelessness, and so it will look at that, look at the report and see what can come out of it. And we're going to do it in two ways. So first of all, we'll do it in the straight ChatGPT. So I'm using ChatGPT 4.0. Okay, so I asked it what it would mean for Coventry City Council, and it's gone through, talked about the findings of the Accounts Committee, and then looked at what might be relevant for Coventry Council. So key issues for Coventry Council, so rising temporary accommodation costs, local authorities spend 2.1 billion on temporary accommodation in 2023 and 24, a lack of a national strategy, disruptive out-of-area placements, supported housing and regulatory failures, and housing supply shortages. And then it's produced a table that shows how Coventry Council could respond. So work with the West Midlands Combined Authority to push for higher LHA rates that reflect real rental prices, so seek a multi-year homelessness prevention funding, use B&Bs, so work with other parts of the West Midlands to provide a regional strategy, improve data collection, support housing oversight, and address the housing supply shortage, and then gives you a final thought. Cool. Just in terms of getting work done, this is your job to understand this policy and understand what it means for your council. If you're working in the council, for instance, this just makes life so much easier for you. Now let's look what happens if you turn it up to 11. Okay, so we've got the same file, similar sort of question. I forgot what I'd written previously, but this time I'm going to use deep research. Let's see what happens with this. So deep research is effectively ChatGPT's very latest top of the range model, and it does things in quite a different way, and as you'll see, it's quite special. So the first thing it does, rather than just give you a response, you saw how you got a response from 4.0, you got that response that sort of immediately. It asks me some questions. Okay, so it asked me 3 questions. Are you looking for a general summary of the implications for Coventry Council or a detailed breakdown by policy area? Are you interested in potential responses Coventry Council could take based on best practices or other councils or government recommendations? Do you want specific recommendations tailored to Coventry's local context? So I said I want a detailed breakdown. Yes, I would be interested in best practice from where it is found, wherever it is found. And yes, please give me specific recommendations. So as I said, this is the top of the range OpenAI ChatGPT, and it will take some time. So I'm not going to sit there and have you waiting for it to start doing the research, but when we get to the end, I will show you exactly what happened and what information we got. Okay, so it took about 5 minutes, something like that. And interestingly, what it does, it tells you what it's doing while you're waiting for that 5 minutes. So it was reading an approach. So it was exploring the implications of the committee. It then searched for documents. It looked at 27 sources in total. So the document that I uploaded and then went to another 27. I saw that it went to it looked for documents that were directly related to homelessness. It went to Coventry's website, coventry.gov.uk. It looked at documents there so that it could look at what the particular issue might have been for Coventry, mapping out the links, went all the way through, looked at different local government websites, and then it produced an output. I will say this is absolutely at the edge, but just think about how long that would have taken to read all of those things, to do the synthesis, to create a document, and this is what it produced. So implications of the Public Accounts Committee tackling homelessness report for Coventry City Council. Introduction, homelessness prevention efforts. So it talks about the report, best practice. So it looks at what the best practice was from other places. So Stoke, Reading, Wales and Scotland strategic approaches, international approaches, Coventry context and challenge. So it's drawn information from Coventry. And as you can see, it's got these links in, so you can click through to the specific documents where it got this information from. And I'll talk a little bit later about hallucination and how you have to be careful with AI. This AI, this deep research, really good. I've checked lots of these documents so far. I've yet to find a hallucination or where I couldn't go and check the information on a website somewhere. So promote identification, no wrong door approach, mediation, financial tools, strategic partnerships, monitor and share outcomes, use temporary accommodation, reliance on B&Bs. So it looks at the key points from the report and then does a Coventry view of it, looks at where best practice has been used, so Bournemouth, Christchurch and Poole, just goes on and on and on. Detailed report, section by section, and linked to real live data from a real place. This is an outstanding level of insight that this AI is able to provide. Just keeps going, gives recommendations, coordination, always talks about the Coventry context, housing supply. It's a really, really detailed report looking at something that Parliament has produced and then putting it in the context of a real place and using that context of that real place to draw conclusions on how best to respond. Keeps going. Significant. It's a significant report, and then you have a summary at the end, a conclusion, and then all of the papers that it looked at. How cool is that? I'm going to try something. I've written that. So what I did was ask it, how long does it estimate that one person would have taken to create this report? And quite rightly, it says creating this detailed report would depend on the person's expertise, access to relevant data, research efficiency, all of those things. An experienced policy analyst or council officer were tasked with this. It estimates that it would take the initial research, gathering the data, 12 to 16 hours, structuring the report, 4 to 6 hours, writing and refining the content, 16 to 24 hours, final review and edits, 4 to 6 hours. So estimated 36 to 52 hours, probably 5 to 7 days. Multiple people did it, then it might be quicker, etc. It's taken me 10 minutes. And I'm not an expert. Now, what I'm not saying is that that's job done. Maybe there's 4 or 5 hours of people looking at it, checking it, clarifying, redrafting, etc. There might well all of that be required. But we've saved a week's work there. Let me know below, what's your biggest time waster? What takes time, and what do you think AI might be able to help you with? Put a comment down below, and maybe I'll do a future video and we can actually test it out and look and see if we can save you some real time in your work. Now, one of the things that comes up quite a lot when I'm talking to businesses is that AI is going to replace lots of jobs. And I think there will be some jobs that AI can replace. I think those things that are repetitive, that use IT, I think very quickly they will be automated and AI will be able to take those over. But I think there's a whole series of other jobs where AI will enhance their roles, where you'll be able to do more with less, you'll be able to be more productive, you'll be able to be more accurate. And I think that in those situations, what I don't think we will see is those jobs be replaced by AI. I think we'll see those jobs be replaced by people who know how to use AI. So now's the time for you to start having a go, have a play, get involved with AI, because I don't want your job to be replaced by somebody that understands it. When this is open to you, you can learn it straight away. Let's have a look at how you might go about learning something new using AI. Okay, this is a bit of software by Google. It's free. The other things I've shown you will cost you some money, but this is free. It's called NotebookLM. And as you can see behind my head, there are a whole list of sources of documents. And then in the middle, you have a summary of those documents. And on the right, some notes and that sort of thing, and this studio thing. So These are documents all about intellectual property rights and foreign direct investment, which is what I did my PhD on. And all of these documents are in there. You can load up to 50. Not quite sure how many I've got, not 50, but a few. And then if you just click here, you can go to study guide, and it will generate you a study guide so that you can understand this activity. So you think about if you're learning a subject and you get all of the papers and etc., the documents, the learning guide, everything, you can load this into here, and this will help you to understand how to learn that information. So here we go, international trade, FDI, intellectual properties, a study guide. So it gives you utility and consumer behavior, firm behavior, resource constraints. It will go through and give you something, and even create a quiz for you to check your understanding. And the beauty of this piece of software is that once all of that data is in there, you can then start asking questions about it. So I put a question in, explain consumer behavior to me. It will go to that data, it will look through it, and then it will give you a response. Consumer behavior is described in the sources, so it's not gone elsewhere, influenced by a variety of factors: quality and price, product variety, expenditure allocation, brand reputation, social status, market information, behavioral factors, cultural and financial reality, and innovation. So all of that data is there. So then what I can do is question it, go back and read it, question it, ask it questions. Is there a connection somewhere else? This is a really powerful tool if you're wanting to learn something. You might be wanting to learn AI. This is a great tool to do that. You can also upload videos into it so that it will watch the video, and then you can have a conversation with the text from that video. Very, very cool. And as I said earlier, if you're in a job, if you're in a traditional job, learning AI now will make you indispensable. It's absolutely going to impact your business. Whatever that business is, AI is going to impact it. You learning it now will make you indispensable in your industry. And if your industry doesn't take it up, I fear that it will be competed out of its industry by those industries that do, by those businesses that do. If you run a business and you're not using AI now, start, because it will save you millions. It will make you more competitive. And I promise you, if you're not using it, your competitors will be using it very soon. Let's have a stat check. According to a report by Goldman Sachs, 40% of all jobs will be impacted by AI, not in the next 30 years or the next 15, in the next 3 years. Don't be the one that is playing catch up. Okay, let's do something a bit more fun, side hustles. So one of the things you could do is create a blog site. You've got something to say. This technology is democratizing. It will give you the tools you need to be able to get your voice out there, and we want to hear your voice. So I've created a prompt. So this is a custom GPT. So there'll be I will list all of the videos below on how to use Perplexity, how to use ChatGPT, how to create custom GPTs, how to use NotebookLM. I'll put them all in the description below so you can go through. But if you subscribe and sign up to the site, you can have access to all of these videos. They're absolutely free. My mission is to get people using AI. I want you to use it safely and effectively. Anyway, let's get back to this. So this is a custom GPT I set up to help me write blogs. I've created a blog website. There'll be a link to that as well. And I've said, write me a blog about the use of AI in businesses across the UK. And this understands my voice, understands how I like to write, and it will create a blog. Here we go. The rise of AI in UK businesses, transforming industries and driving growth. Exactly what you'd want in a blog. It does it in my style, nice bullet pointy. Industries leading the AI revolution: finance, healthcare, retail, manufacturing, legal, marketing and advertising. Challenges: data, privacy and security. Yep, absolutely. Skills gaps. That's what we're doing today. Let's shrink that skills gap. If you don't know how to use AI, get on, have a play. High implementation costs. It is costly. It costs. There is a cost to it. £20 a month per person in your business. I'm not sure that, given the efficiencies that you can drive, that isn't a really good deal. Ethical considerations, definitely, and we'll talk a little bit about bias, etc. before we finish. Future of AI in business, and a conclusion. There you go, a blog. Now, I'm sure you've got something to say. Use AI to get that voice out there. Let's start talking about this technology. Let's talk about your business, about what AI means to your business. Let's talk about what you need in terms of the skills in your business, and those skills are going to include AI. Write a blog, get it out there. You drop a link to your blog in my site, I'll go and read it, and I'll even give you a backlink. No problem at all. Just get your voice out there. You've got something to say. It's valuable. This technology can help you do it. Okay, another side hustle. Want to create some merch? Great fun. My kids love to see me in my professor's sweatshirt and hat and all sorts of things. I've got mugs, the lot. Use AI, create some images, and then you can upload it and get some merch made and might even make some money. Another side hustle, create a book. Here's Mindful Moments. It's a colouring book that is targeted at DBT, which is dialectic behavioural therapy. It's to support people with mental health issues. I know it's been used and it's been sold. It's relatively easy to create something like this using AI. There is a video, I'll link it down below, on how to do this step by step from the start to the finish. You can see how I created the pictures, created the book, published it, etc. There it is. And I've sold some of those and made a little bit of money on it. Now, if I wanted to do that as a real side hustle business, then I could publish it and promote it, etc. It was a bit of fun. I did it for a video, but it is selling. It's up there on Amazon. You can buy it. There you go. And your final side hustle, there's loads out there, but the final one that I'm going to cover, create a YouTube channel like this one. You might recognize it. So there we go. Loads and loads of videos, many of which I've talked about in the last few minutes. You can go and have a look. It'll teach you how to, here's an automation video. Here's the video how to use NotebookLM. If you want to know how to create perfect prompts and capture, writing blogs, also creating the book, loads of stuff there. Every video, I use AI. I use AI to create the script. I use AI to do the research. I record it. I use AI tools to do editing, etc. I use AI to create the thumbnail. I use AI to create B-roll. AI has enabled me to get my voice out on YouTube. You could do exactly the same. Okay, so even just around your own house, using voice assistants like Google and Alexa, she might just talk now, can help you manage your home, turning lights on and off, heating, that sort of thing. I recently went on holiday with Mrs. Professor. I researched the holiday. I found hotels, I found places to go, I found the best route. We interrailed right across Europe. AI drove that. There's again a video you can have a look at that. Meal planners, exercise planners. I did a whole video series across the summer where I was trying to lose some weight. Probably need to do it again. Where I was trying to lose some weight, and ChatGPT created the meal plans and exercise plans for me. You can use this technology to just make your life a bit more fun, a bit more interesting, a bit more sensible. Now, I said I would talk about some of the sort of ethical issues. So first of all, don't forget that this technology can get stuff wrong. So you need to check it. You need to be confident before you do anything with the output of these from these devices. You be sure that you're happy, that it's something that you're prepared to stand behind, because it will get stuff wrong. So there are ways of checking how hallucinated. There are ways of making sure that it has the right tone and the right sense for your business or for you. And there are, as I say, there are videos in my YouTube channel that you can look at that will help you with all of that. I've also, so if you go to my blog, a link down below, that'll also give you how to prompt effectively and some written material that you can download and help you to get going, etc. So my final thought, AI is here. It is impacting our lives right now. And what I'm asking you to do, what I think is in your best interest, is to start having a play. There's loads of stuff out there. There's loads of stuff on my site. There's loads of stuff on other sites on how you can learn AI, and it's not that difficult. Don't worry about the very latest models, about keeping up with what's happening in DeepSeek and OpenAI. Yes, they're interesting and I enjoy it, but actually the tools like Canvas and projects and NotebookLM, that's where you get the real benefits early on, and certainly is where I would start if I was going to start playing with AI. So have a look at ChatGPT. You can start these things for free. You don't have to pay for them. DeepSeek, free. ChatGPT, there's a free version. Once you get used to it and you want to start ramping up your usage and doing more complex things, once you get better at prompting, then you will want to go even further. They're not massively expensive, and the value you're going to get out of it in terms of improving your efficiency, in doing different things, in being more effective in your workplace, more relevant, getting your voice out there. These are all really important things, and I hope that you get enormous enjoyment, fulfillment and engagement from these tools. Please comment down below if you want me to cover a particular area. Please let me know what you're using AI for, what you find the challenges are. It'd be really great fun for us to have a conversation about this. If you are interested in learning more about ChatGPT, then have a look at this video here, and it'll give you a basics of how to get started and how to get using ChatGPT today. I'll catch you soon. Bye bye for now.